What is up, everybody? Welcome to another fresh take. Luke, how you? Oh man, Luke. T, how you doing, man?
I'll take that. Hit up, Bruce. What's going on? I'm Luke Cage now.
Yeah. So, if you haven't noticed, we are reviewing Luke Cage season 2. I've given everybody 2 weeks. You know what this means? It's going to be spoiler filled. And before we get started, I figure we might as well take a look at the trailer for it, just so everybody can, refresh themselves.
Get
reacquainted right quick. So let's watch the second trailer for Luke Cage season 2. I do like how the crown is on her head. I do like that.
Mm-hmm. Nice framing.
Very nice framing.
That's where our money really comes from. It's time to let the ghosts of the past die.
I almost burned. I want to smell of flesh.
Yo, I'll take my enemies like a game of chess, yes.
Everything that belongs to Mariah should be mine. Master will scorch Harlem to get to her. Harlem can only handle one devil at a time.
Done playing by the rules. One more thing. I know him. He can't be trusted. He just doing our dirty work for us.
Mm-hmm.
My dark chocolate Boy Scout. Of course you're going to save me. You leave me out there. She won't stop. You want me out there. Because without me, God help Harlem. God help us all.
And I hate to have to say it, she had a point.
Yeah.
That's the whole.
Funny because
I hate to have to be the guy to say that because I don't really want to say that, but she had a point. She really and truthfully had a point. So here's the thing about season 2. Number one, and I want to go through and do the stuff I had a problem with first, just because it's not as much as I thought it was going to be. After thinking about it. And one of the main things I have a problem with, and this is one of the things I think we've said about each one of these Netflix shows, is 3 episodes too long. That first beginning, those first 4 episodes are kind of drug out a little bit.
Thank you.
I understand why they took certain storytelling beats, but they drug it out too long. I'm sorry, ladies, I'm sorry. Y'all gonna get mad at me for saying this, but you should have known he was gonna break up with Claire, all right?
Yeah.
I mean, now the way they went about it, I thought it was kind of stupid, honestly. But
yeah, it was kind of
weird. Stupid. But when I went back and watched it again, I'm like, okay, looking at it from Luke's point of view, Luke can withstand a lot of stuff. She can't. Mariah is Mariah. Mariah will kill her just to get to him because she knows she can't hurt him.
Right.
So I understand why he was like, okay, look, you can't just keep following me. I understand that part. But to me, I just think they just drug it out too long. Yeah, and for those that are upset about them breaking up, y'all should have known she was going to do that because she didn't renew her contract. I said it.
Peace be unto you.
Yeah. I'm just glad they didn't kill her because I thought they was going to kill her in Defenders and they didn't do it.
Actually, that would and not in Defenders, but maybe this season that would have been a nice. That sounds weird to kill that other than nice. No, I mean that would have been like some good motivation,
Yeah, so. Because the thing is, and I think a lot of people didn't like him being angry, but that's straight from the comic.
Yeah.
That what wasn't from the comic is that first season full of pacifism. Like,
was it like a side effect or something, or he was dealing with?
Nah, it was just the stuff. It was so much. Like in the comic, they explained it well. It was just so much on him.
Yeah, okay.
Because he really is, and you got to remember in the comic, like you got Captain America come and be like, "Look, man, I need you to do this." He's really only trying to protect Harlem and New York.
Yeah,
he's not trying to protect a galaxy or the Earth.
Right.
But when Cap calls you, you usually go when Cap needs you. So in the comic, it was just like all of the stress that comes with that, and on top of that, you know, dealing with the family issues that he had with, you know, Diamondback and, you know, all of that stuff that happened to him at Seagate. It would get anybody, all of that heaped up on you. So I mean, I don't think they did a good job of explaining that in the show, and I think that's another thing that kind of hurt it, especially those first like 3 episodes. Because, like I said, first 3 or 4 episodes, oh Jesus,
they had time to explain it too. That's what annoys me.
Yeah, but I think once it's just I don't get why the Marvel Netflix shows have to be 13 episodes. I'm like, dude, must
be a contractual thing where.
Must be, because I'm like, take a page out of Stranger Things or out of Godless or any of the other good ones that have tight stories. They do as many episodes as they need and they're done.
Right.
You ain't on network television. You ain't got to fluff it out for 22 episodes.
But the good thing about I will say about this one, at least this season here, outside of the other Marvel seasons where or different shows that we watch and we say, oh, they dragged it on too long, there's too many episodes. At least it was only in the beginning. Yeah. Like if you got through the beginning, man, you got hit with a missile by the time you got to episode 4.5, 5.
Yeah.
Like we'll get into that, but I'm like, whoa, I was very, very surprised.
Yeah, because like I said, it was just the first three episodes. First, maybe bleeded into a little bit of 4, but yeah, it drug out the stuff with Claire. It was like, okay, all right, I'm tired of this.
Yeah.
The trying to go after the Luke Cage drug. Okay.
Yeah.
And although I will say I do still find it funny that people try to shoot him and then they straight up explain it like, look, man, we gotta try. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny for that episode.
Yeah, but
then it's like it was almost like they said, all right, we're gonna be shooting Luke Cage this whole season, right? So we gotta make up a reason why people still keep trying to shoot him. You know, and I felt like after so that episode and up until that episode, it was funny to me. I got it. But then after that, every episode they're still trying to shoot him, and it just was not as funny to me. It wasn't funny, and it was just stupid at that point.
And then the bad thing about it is they try to explain it away, but they do it in like episode 12, and you're like, really?
Yeah. I mean, because they knew. I mean, there's not a whole lot they can do.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it. I mean, what are people going to do? Just run? That's not exciting.
Yeah.
You got to have something happen. So I get why you have to engage Luke. And that's all people have is guns. But I wish they could have come up with something. I can't think of anything, but something a little bit more clever to why they would
I can think of a couple things that start. It's a group of villains called the Wrecking and Crew. So but that's just me. But I think that was the main thing. Like now let me ask you this, because I've heard stuff from different people. A lot of people say they didn't like the musical acts in the first 4 episodes. I did.
I did. I
don't know. There was people like, well, the musical acts got better as the season went on. I'm like, no, the musical acts was on point.
And for me, it's almost weird to be like, oh, the musical acts. Like, what is this New York Undercover? What? Remember New York Undercover? They take time out.
Time out.
Basically, all right, time out. Now we're gonna have a musical act like it was a regular, like, talk show or something.
Yeah.
For me, like, I didn't pay, like, even if they weren't that great, like, it wouldn't have bothered me as long as it wasn't it didn't stand out like a sore thumb. All right, here comes the musical act, guys. As long as it didn't do the New York Undercover thing, which was fine for New York Undercover. I'm not slamming New York Undercover. I used to love that show.
I am.
It got stale. Definitely got stale pretty quickly. That show. But yeah, I mean, like, I thought it didn't bother me. Like, I thought they were good, and then like they got great after that. So. And
in all honesty, the way they do it, I think is seamless, because they do it like they're going to the club. Everybody knows they go to that club.
Right.
So
it's not like, oh, there's something happening and then boom, hit you with a hit you with a musical act like out of nowhere. So
no, you're going to the club. You know they have live music at that club. So
it tied into it, and they would give me little nudges like, oh, here's a poster of KRS-One.
Yeah,
you know, like so that was gonna happen. You know, so it worked for me. It worked for me.
Yeah, but other than that. And because after that, the pacing problem that they had, which was all contained in those first 3 episodes, it disappears at episode 4. So now we get into the things that we like. So T, I will let you commence with talking about my favorite villain that's better than Killmonger, Bushmaster.
Bushmaster is the best Marvel villain on the planet. I mean, I may be a little bit biased because I'm also Jamaican, and so I definitely felt the cultural vibe there. But again, you said Killmonger, yeah, same thing. He's a villain. He's not just I'm an evil villain. I just want power and money. He had a backstory. You don't learn it right away, but as the episodes go on, you learn it, and you're like, man, this dude been through some stuff. Like. I mean, to no fault of his own. Yeah, it was to no fault of his own. And you just start feeling for him. And it's just like, I didn't expect to feel for this dude. And that's what makes it so good. It's like I felt for this guy who's the bad guy. And that's good writing. And speaking of the good writing, the first 3.5, 4 episodes didn't have it. I was ready to give up. And then all of a sudden, the adults came in the room. It was like, all right, all this kind of corny stuff, all this cheesy sidekick stuff, the dude selling the shirts. And I mean, that stuff still remained, but it seemed like it was a little bit more annoying to me in the first few episodes.
Yeah, because it took a back seat.
Yeah.
All that stuff took a back seat.
It went where it needed to go, into the back seat. All the, oh, Luke Cage is so hot. All that kind of cheesy stuff kind of dissipated a little bit, and the show got serious. And boy, did it get serious, especially on the villain side. And Bushmaster, man, like it was funny because me and my wife were watching it, and she was like, "Can we get some subtitles?" And I'm like, "All right." I mean, I know patois, I know the accent, so I'm like, I would say stuff for her so she could, know what he's saying, right? So you can know what all the people on this were saying. So
because there were a couple times, and we do probably say that there are a couple times in there where it gets like thick.
Oh, it's thick. Like it's almost. I forgot who I heard say this. It's probably Double Toasted. It's almost like they're singing at points. The way they flow, and it's just like thick. The accent, the patois accent. But yeah, it was. He was great, man. Like great.
And reason why I say he's better than Killmonger is for one very important reason. Killmonger did not give a damn about anybody.
No.
Bushmaster just wants one person. Mm-hmm. And people keep getting in the way.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously that kind of took a backseat as far as his birthright. He's supposed to have the club and all that stuff. That was there, but it was more about the revenge.
Yeah.
And while I love Bushmaster, and this is a TV show, and certain people are gonna die, or you feel like it anyway, and certain people, they might get into a situation, but you're like, they're not gonna die. How are they gonna get out of this? The TV show tropes occasionally got on my nerves. Like, all right, if you want to kill this lady, do it like. Yeah, dude. And like, why are you gonna walk off and let the B team, the C team handle it? If you really have this much anger for this woman, handle it yourself. Like, obviously, she wasn't going to die. I mean, that's just the case. But maybe they could have found a better way to handle that. I don't know. It's not an easy thing. You're writing these episodes, and it's just like this stuff has to
suspense up.
Yeah, and it just sometimes there's only so much you can do, but. What can I say? This stuff still stuck out to me like a sore thumb. It's like what's her name? Mariah. Like, she handled business on her own. She's like, I ain't gonna hand this to my B team. Like, she was right there, pouring the gasoline, so to speak, and lighting the match.
And rum.
Yeah, and the rum. Right? And lighting the match herself. And that was like I said, this show got serious.
Fast.
It got serious fast. There was some brutality. There was some deep, dark stuff. Like, it made you feel bad for Mariah at points.
Which, and I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I was like, dude, I feel bad for it. And then she'll come back and say something.
I was
like,
gonna say,
kill this chick, man.
But the minute you start feeling sorry for her, she messes that all up.
Yeah. Now,
which was great. I loved that they did that.
Yeah, because that Linda Hamilton scene she had in there from Terminator.
Oh my God.
She was walking down that hallway.
You thought the same thing I thought. I was like, is this the Terminator? Is she Linda Hamilton up in there?
Like, okay, Alfred Woodard. That's what I'm talking about.
There's no way whoever wrote that scene or directed that scene wasn't thinking about Terminator or Terminator 2, Linda Hamilton.
There was no way.
There's no way.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at that. I'm like, oh my gosh.
It's episode 9. Matter of fact, it's episode 9 right after the most messed up part where you find out some real
what happened to her. About her, we don't ruin that, right? We ain't gonna
ruin that. That's something that they need, because I did not see that coming.
I
can tell when something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
They got me.
They totally got me. Like I said, dude, like those first few episodes, I was ready to stop watching.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, now I'm just watching just out of habit. And then all of a sudden, bam, punch you in the face.
Yeah. And
Bushmaster got serious. Like all the little backstories got real. And the writing was so much better. Like I used to dread like talking scenes.
Yeah.
Because they were just, to me, they weren't well written until episode 4.5 or so.
Yeah. When you start, like, when the first little face off between Bushmaster and Luke goes down in the warehouse.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, all right, this is getting better, because it felt like Cheo didn't write the first 3 episodes. It felt like somebody else wrote it, and then he wrote the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
He like read and like, crap, I can't do nothing about this because we on the schedule. I'm writing the rest of this.
Right.
That's just
what I was gonna say. That was another TV. I guess we could say that this isn't a big thing. What happened to Pariah? I mean, it's a big thing in the series, but it's not like, oh my God, you're gonna ruin the story for you. Yeah. Like that whole situation, like, oh, well, let me take him to my dad's church and leave him. Like I knew the minute he left, Pariah was out of there. Like he was just not gonna stay there. And it's just like, to me, that didn't seem smart. Didn't seem like a smart thing for Cage to do. Like, oh, you're just gonna leave him at your dad's church. And this is a very important guy, and the whole, you build a guy up to be a very important thing. He's the money guy. He's the money. Everybody's tied to that money, and he can bring everybody down. And I'm just gonna leave him at my dad's church while I go
with no help
contests.
Yeah, with no help from any of my friends that I could easily have called.
Yeah, like like Danny. I don't know. You could have called him a little earlier. Or Jessica, like, yeah. So again, I understand it's tough when you're writing these episodes. You got to figure these things out. So I'm not gonna give him too much crap for that, but I just remember that sticking out like a sore thumb. I'm like, come on, man.
I even like that played Piranha. That dude was awesome.
You know what? I thought I was gonna hate that dude. Like when the first, when he first started, I was like, oh no, he's gonna be one of them dudes. And all of a sudden, I was like, he's kind of funny. Yeah, he's actually pretty funny.
He's actually very funny. So I'm like, okay, I can deal with this guy. But yeah,
go ahead.
He here's the thing that I thought.
Or should I say, go on?
the thing that I thought about that, the only problem that I had with those back half episodes was I think they went a little too far into Punisher territory.
Oh boy.
Because I'm like, okay.
But they went there, but I didn't have a problem with it actually.
Well, I had to talk to a buddy of mine that was from the islands, and he was telling me like why he was doing the things he was doing, because like some of that stuff with the head cutting off.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
that's because he was trying to pretty much rid everybody of her.
Yeah,
of that Stokes name. He was trying to wipe out the Stokes name.
Mm-hmm. So it was a genocide.
And then the whole thing about she had to burn.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, okay. When I had a friend of mine explain to me, it made more sense. But I think they should have explained it in the show.
See, I didn't even think about that. Again, being Jamaican myself, like,
Yeah.
like culturally, that made sense to me. I was like, all right.
Yeah, but like for me, I'm like, dude, why you? I'm like, bruh, that dude ain't had nothing to do. Oh, okay.
Like you get into voodoo head chopping stuff. That I know these things. Like that didn't bother me at all.
Yeah. So, all right. But once I understood, I'm like, okay, it made it make more sense to me in that respect. And but I will say this.
Let me say real quick before we move on from that. That is a thing that I was wanting from Luke that I got from like Jessica Jones, especially season 1.
Mm-hmm.
I got that from Daredevil, where it was just like hardcore, serious, real world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And up until that point, like I wasn't. Maybe it was there for Luke Cage season 1, but for me, I wasn't really feeling it. Other than like maybe the relationship with his brother. But for me, it was season 1 of Luke Cage was more comic book cartoony than like more serious dark tone to me. And I was like, that's what I was in the first few episodes. I was like, oh man, they're gonna continue with that. I need something to pull me in, and boy,
that uppercut,
Bushmaster, and then Mariah.
That uppercut,
yeah, boy, I was like, wow. And not only that, but the Henchman. We'll get into that too. Yeah. There was some serious stuff going on with Shades and Comanche there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But and that leads to one of the things I liked and one of the things I didn't like. Those scenes with Comanche and Shades were awesome because I didn't expect them to go there.
Mm-hmm.
And that little talk they had in I think it was episode 6. That little scene where they were talking, it wasn't but a few lines, but. And the other thing about it, and I wish other shows would do this.
You in the face with it.
Yeah, I wish other shows would do this. And this isn't being disrespectful to anybody that is that goes through things, but they didn't bash you over the head with it. They made it organic,
right?
And that you will never hear me complain about that.
That was great.
You'll hear me complain when you trying to like, ooh, look, see, we doing this. See, we doing this. See, we doing this.
Look, everybody, look what we're doing.
Yeah. When you'll hear me complain about that.
These guys love each other.
Yeah. But when you do it like they did it made sense. Yeah. It was in the story. And you know what? They didn't dwell on it. They let you know what was up.
And it was believable. It was very believable, like the way, especially like Shades, like Comanche was trying to go there.
Yep.
Shades
was like,
nah, we ain't really gonna go there. I feel the way you feel, but I'm on something different right now. That was prison, son, and I was like, that is just like that was real. Like I felt that was good stuff. Like and like you said, it bashed you over the head with it. They had that little conversation, and then after you got that. Because that's all you needed.
Yeah.
After you got that, you felt the connection better.
Yeah, it made more sense.
It made more sense,
especially it made way more sense than it did in the first 3 episodes.
Oh yeah, that's the scene. Like I was like, Comanche's so weak to me. Like I don't know what the point of this. Where is this going? I was kind of like not feeling that whole setup, and then all of a sudden they made you start caring about Comanche.
You're like,
I see.
And then, and I will say this, CW, y'all can learn from that.
Oh yeah.
Arrowverse, y'all can learn from that.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know they don't have
but y'all don't have that was an adult.
They don't have the shackles that CW has as far as.
But you can still make an adult.
There's still stuff you can do. Yes.
Yeah, and that's what the thing. Like the thing that I loved about that exchange was that was an adult situation. Mm-hmm. They handled it like adults, and they moved on, and it made it feel it didn't bog down the episode.
Yeah, you mean I think you're talking Arrow. Is that what you're talking?
I'm talking about Arrow, Supergirl.
I haven't gotten there for Supergirl yet. I'm a little bit behind.
It's Arrow, Supergirl, Legends. I mean, they don't bash you over the head with it. That's why. That's the thing. I'm like, it's an adult conversation. It happens. It made it feel real world. And on top of that, they got back to the story.
Yeah. It was all because it was in service of the story. It wasn't just I'm a kooky guy or whatever, and this is why. This is why I'm so kooky. This is what we did.
Like we get it. You know,
that's so stereotypical. That's like it's not even just bad delivery of these topics, if you will, but it's stereotypical at the same time. Like I would be upset if I was a person from that community, and this is how I'm being represented on television. I'd
be like, man, this is bullshit.
Like this is what we don't want. You know? Yeah. This is what's the. And this is Amos and Andy for Black people stuff, you know, like, like this is not how we really are. Like, we're still real people who talk and have real conversations. So,
and like we're an adults. So now the other thing, they could have gave Comanche his steel skin.
Yeah, I was like,
all right.
I mean, you gonna call the dude
his steel skin?
You gave him his pinpoint accuracy.
Yeah, but you didn't.
You got a little piece of that, not a whole lot.
But you didn't give him his, and that's the other thing. Like, if y'all going to Marvel Netflix, if y'all gonna put these people in from the comics, start giving them their abilities.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I get why they didn't do it.
Yeah,
because then it's just too many people with these abilities in one show, and it's just like I think it takes away. I think it would have took away from Bushmaster a little bit.
I don't think it would have took away from Bushmaster because of what Comanche and Shades was doing was.
Yeah, I just feel like, but he's at least in the service of this story, he is a side henchman. You know, like you're gonna have a side henchman guy have that kind of ability, and he's just a side henchman.
Then don't kill him.
Well, yeah.
And use him for season 3. Don't kill him and use him for season 3.
I feel you on that.
I mean, and plus, I like Thomas Jones, man. He's a stand-up dude, man. Okay, and not a bad actor, by the way.
I will say he went up in my book for this series.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor.
No,
he should get more work.
Good. Yeah,
that was not bad. He did a good job.
He should definitely get more work after this.
Yeah, I mean, straight up, because brother did a good job.
I just want to say, I remember, this is totally off topic, kind of, because we're talking about Thomas Jones. I remember, you remember Mike Allstott, the A Train from the Bucks?
Yep.
So Thomas Jones was also a Buccaneer running back for about 4 or 5 years, and I remember like Allstott, I guess he was starting to get hurt, you know, because he was a battering ram, and that takes a toll on your body. And I was talking to some friends, like, "Oh, what should he do? You know, what should he do after this?" I was like, "Maybe he should go into acting." And they kind of looked at me like that was the craziest thing. And here we are with Thomas Jones acting and great TV shows. So
and doing a good job.
So I just thought, you know, if those people are listening, that wasn't such a crazy idea after all.
Yeah,
because he has the charisma.
Yeah, and like I said, I felt for him. I kind of felt for it, especially after that. After that, I'm like, because once again, this season, just like season 1, went by blaxploitation rules, which means you was gonna die.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, when you can tell people that's gonna die in there are people with good intentions and are actually talking sense. I'm sorry, Uncle Lil Nazi, you had to die. So
yeah. Oh man, that hurt me because, you know, again, I'm Jamaican, man.
Yeah.
Like that hurt.
I think the main reason why it hurt is because, number 1, he showed no fear.
Yeah.
Number 2, he was the only one trying to stop the whole thing from the beginning.
Thank you. That was the main reason why that hurt so much, because he was trying to be like, he's gangster. Like, you could tell dude was gangster, but he was like trying to be. He was trying to get along and just live his life.
Yeah, because at that point he's like, "Look, I'm old.
Yeah,
we got a good thing here. Our business is we ain't killing it, but we ain't starving either.
Yeah, like we doing all right over here.
Yeah. And you keep doing all this, it's gonna mess it up for all of us."
Yeah, he was on that Marley One Love stuff, you know. He was like, and Bushmaster wasn't hearing that.
I will say this about Uncle Anansi: he's probably one of my favorite characters of the season.
Oh, definitely one of my favorite characters.
Because
I didn't see that coming at all. And that's
I'm talking about the and then like when the massacre at the restaurant happens, and you see him break down. But the one thing he kept doing was he cursed him before he broke.
Oh yeah, he cursed him.
And what makes it so bad, if you pay attention to what he says in the curse, it happens the rest of the season.
Oh yeah. Like, I was listening to that saying, "Yep, that's exactly what's gonna happen."
You gonna eat, but you ain't gonna but you won't be able to taste. You gonna drink, you won't be able to quench your thirst. You gonna sleep and you'll never be able to rest. I'm like, what happens?
Yeah, he was putting a root.
Crazy.
You understand? He was putting a Jamaican root on them. Yeah. That wasn't just him having a speech. He was putting a curse on them.
Yeah, and pay attention to what happens to Mariah, because she goes like it she's done. She's at that point. Her mental is
she
done.
just completely flips. Like,
which
she before that she just wanted to be a businesswoman and turn all the dirt into clean soil, and
but after that
she just went off. Yeah.
And
she tasted that blood. She turned into Mama Mabel up in that moment.
And that's the thing, because my brother still told me this, and I'm like, shout out to my brother, but he was right. The main villain of season 1 and 2 of Luke Cage is Mama Mabel.
Mm-hmm.
She said, especially when you get to episode 11 and you get the Bushmaster.
They just basically tell you right away. Yeah, I'm the one who she says it to Mama Mabel. Like, this is all because of you.
Yeah, and when you see what Mama Mabel did, you're like,
that lady.
What is your problem?
That lady heartless, yeah.
And the thing, here's the thing, people, and I'm gonna go on and break this down, because the way they made it seem in the season was like, Bushmaster's grandfather wanted all the money. He didn't. He wanted what was owed them.
And they just laughed at him.
They were owed half of the proceeds.
Yeah.
Mama Mabel them didn't want to give it to him.
Right.
So she pretty much had them killed.
It wasn't just killed, and it was just like the way they did Bushmaster, like
Uncle Pete.
We're gonna burn you down, burn your mama up.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna come back a year later, 2 years later.
Because burn your mama up. I'm gonna talk shit to you.
Yeah.
Walk off.
Why you burn it? Walk off. Come back a couple years later, put caps in your stomach so you can bleed out, not just die. They wanted you to bleed out slow and painfully.
Yeah.
And then talk. Oh, man.
Yeah.
It was brutal.
And it was at that point I lost all. I'm like, you know what, Bushmaster,
kill everybody you want to kill. Whoever,
kill him. But the one thing he never told Luke. If he would have told Luke, Luke would have been like, you know what?
Hey, why didn't he tell Luke?
I'll wash my hands.
You know what? I'm gonna go watch a football game.
Handle it. Because the sad thing about it is, like, everybody in Harlem, and they do this in the last 2 episodes. Everybody, even the people she helped, they knew she was crazy.
Right.
They knew that family was crazy. They knew they weren't good for the community.
Right. And you know what? They were nicer to her, Harlem was, than they were to Luke Cage, who's running around getting beat up. They do the way they talk to Luke Cage. You got to do this. You need to do that. You ain't on your job.
Like berating him like he ain't nothing.
Like he's not. I'm like I'll slap the taste out your mouth.
You realize that this man is not. He's way stronger than you think he is.
Yeah, people
he's way stronger than he even knows he is.
And they chumping him like.
I'm like, yo, if he loses it, y'all all dead.
Oh man!
And you can't kill him.
It's like, where y'all come off with all this? Like,
unless you know Wolverine, you can't kill him. So
it's crazy.
But I have to give. I will give Cheo Coker this. Thank you for episode 3, teaming up Misty and Colleen, that Daughters of the Dragons hit.
That was good stuff. Yes.
And my favorite episode of the season, episode 10, when we damn near got Heroes for Hire for the episode.
I was like, bruh, really? Y'all doing this? I was expecting that line to be clunkily delivered about being Hero for Hire.
Nope. They gave us a full episode. And I'm sitting there like,
and excuse me, can I say this?
Yeah.
Mr. Danny Rand. Where was this dude? This is the dude I wanted in Iron Fist.
Yeah.
So what happened again? Like I said, the writing. It's all about the writing.
And then because I heard this before, like Cheo Coker did not pitch Luke Cage to Marvel. He pitched Heroes for Hire. So that's how he knew how to write him.
Right.
So I'm sorry, Iron Fist season 2, Danny better act like that.
Yeah, we need that Danny.
Yeah, we need that Danny.
He was so much better than this in Defenders.
Yeah, I mean the way he did it, the way he was talking about rebalancing his chi, because at the end of the day, that's what the original comic Heroes for Hire was. Luke was the angry black man, and Danny was the one, you know, trying to help him balance himself and calm his nerves. Yeah. And I mean, and that's pretty much what the whole episode was like, dude, you need to calm down because you so mad right now. I can beat you. And I shouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
So that fight scene they had in the warehouse, bruh.
That was some good stuff. I'm
like, dude, okay, look, Marvel, Netflix, I know y'all like to do movies now. Marvel, let them do a Heroes for Hire movie. I don't need a full series.
Like, this is the stuff I needed. That's the stuff I needed watching the Defenders. Like, why wasn't the choreography on that level? Like, it wasn't anything too crazy, but it was really competent, and it all made sense, and it wasn't like over the top cheese or anything.
And I will say this:
it was well shot.
The choreography for all of this season was way better than Defenders and season 1 of Luke Cage.
Way better, yes.
Way better. The fight seemed smoother. It's like they got used to how they had to shoot this. So,
or they went and hired a cinematographer.
Yeah,
I knew he was doing.
Well,
you know, like, that's all it takes.
I did read something in, on Screen, not on Screen Rant, on Geek Tyrant, where because this was being filmed the same time Black Panther was, and they were swapping out because it's so small a pool of actual black actors and stunt doubles and stuff in Hollywood. They were swapping each other out, so that's probably one of the reasons why.
Yeah, like
swapping stuff out.
Bushmaster versus Cage, like that was really well done because it was like, or Bushmaster on some capoeira, and Cage, you know, he's just kind of brute.
He's boxing.
Yeah, he's brute boxing, and you'd think it wouldn't work together, but it did. It worked really well. They shot it well. They choreographed it really well.
Especially the bridge sequence.
The bridge sequence, yes.
The bridge sequence, because like Bushmaster was catching him. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he was catching him. Yeah,
Bushmaster was straight up catching him. And once Luke broke that rhythm and started using that using judo and that straight boxing on him.
Yeah, then it was the tide turned. Then
so. And I will say this, even in the other fights they had in like episode 9 and in the fight that they teamed up together in episode 12.
I wasn't in love with that.
I actually like the way they did it because like the way they shot it, the way they styled.
No, I didn't mind how it looked.
Yeah.
I was in love with the concept of it.
Oh, okay. I get that part.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the hero and the villain team up.
Well, the way it was going down, in the way that sequence came about, I was like, that was the only way it could happen.
Or like maybe it would have worked better had we known going into that thing, like that. Well, because basically Luke must have just followed him or something, like because it wasn't like they planned to.
No, they didn't plan. He found out about the drugs because of that shootout.
I just didn't like the way it went down, the way Luke just dropped out of the sky. Literally, he just literally dropped out of the sky. I was like, did he get dropped off or something?
Yeah, but I think that's one of those episodes where there's a scene missing.
Yeah, they said like something was missing. It was a little disjointed. Like I actually wouldn't have minded if they had a scene where they were like, all right, we're gonna go. You want to take this thing down? I want to take it down. Let's do it together. Like that would have been fine with me. They would have if they would have set that up. But the way it was set up, it was just like it was too fast and clunky.
Yeah, because like Luke was trying to get the drugs off the street,
right?
And that's why he knew to go there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, and I know you had to look. It was the Hatchet Men from Iron Fist season 1.
Yeah,
I love those guys. I love those guys. They're awesome. I mean, they run in. They got guns, but they decided to run in with hatchets. Like that's going to be even worse. Like that's going to be even worse. I love that.
Yeah, that's going to work out.
You know, but like
you don't know
the choreography though for that scene, I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, it looked good. I'm not taking anything away from that. I just meant the setup to it.
Yeah, the setup was stupid, but yeah,
just clunky. It was just a little clunky. That's all.
But and before we wrap this up, but because I don't want us to start rambling, but the thing is, I think overall, I think it was a better season. At first, I was going to spoil the ending for y'all, but I'm not going to do that. Y'all can watch the ending. But I will say this. That is a red herring. What they do at the ending, I liked what they did with the end of this season.
But don't believe the hype.
Yeah, don't believe the hype. Don't fall for it, because pay attention to who is in that club at the end of season 2. There's a reason why they had to end it the way they ended it. And once you realize that, the ending makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense once you realize who was all in that club and why that had to happen. So overall, I enjoyed the season, but I will say this, the level of violence they go to does hit kind of close to Punisher, what they were doing to Punisher. So be advised for that, because, and as much as I want to say I didn't really like the Punisher all that much, just because I thought they went overboard at times, but the violence, the level of violence did kind of go there, but it kind of had to, because of the way the stories was going, and they made it a whole lot darker. So
I feel like it had to go to that level, because like I said beforehand, Luke Cage, to me, the series wasn't edgy enough.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It
really wasn't.
It was a little bit kind of corny in some ways. Making little jokes about the comic and his outfit from the original one and the whole Power Man thing. Like, and it read that line, but it also outside of like Cottonmouth, like when he was gone, his presence was felt.
Yeah,
as I'm concerned. Like once you lost him, you kind of lost me a little bit in that first season, and so that edge was gone for me, and it happened, through the first couple of episodes, 3 episodes of season 2, and then I felt like the writers were, the producers were like, yeah, we gotta bump this up a little bit. Like it's not edgy enough, and they realized it or something. And like right away, the writing got sharper, and the backstories were really, really strong, and it was dark. There was some dark stuff going on there, and you had some multi-dimensional villains, which is always good. I hate one-note anything, but especially one-note villains. And they're figuring out that those are the best kind. Even the unredeemable bad guy can have some redeeming. Yeah, exactly. Mariah, she's unredeemable, but you understand where she's coming from. You understand the torture, the torment that caused her to be who she is.
Yeah.
That was good. You feel sorry for her, but like 2 seconds later, she messes it up. Yeah. She brings you right back. She snaps you back. You hate her again. You want her to die. So yeah, this is easily my favorite season of this show. I mean, it's only 2, but this is easily my favorite season. Bushmaster's my favorite villain. He might even top Kingpin. He's close.
Yeah, he's close
to Kingpin. I don't know if I would give him the edge. I have to go back and watch that season again. I just felt like Kingpin was strong.
When you see when
you see what happened to him, and again, I might be catching feelings again because I'm Jamaican, so I'm feeling the whole Jamaican vibe and everything. So I might be a little biased, but it was great, man. I was like, because it was first starting off, like I said, it was the N-words felt like they were forced. There were some episodes where certain things just felt forced, and then it felt like it focused itself. The series got really focused, and that's when it took off.
Yeah, and also before I finish this up, Reggie Cathy, late Reggie Cathy, he was awesome as Luke's dad.
Oh yeah,
he was awesome. Like Reggie Cathy always was able to command the screen, but the
dude just
just killed
it. Yeah, he's a what do you call a scene snatcher? That's just the kind of guy he is, and he definitely killed it. Like I
killed it.
Again, I started off hating the dad, and then he makes you come right back around.
and I think they did that on purpose, because you kind of had to hate him, because the stuff he was doing, bruh,
it was cruel. It was cruel.
Calm your nerves, bruh.
Yeah.
I
love the scene where he's like, Just because you grown, don't think I don't
what you your ass. Like, I love to see you try.
I love to see you try. You saw him kind of back down a little bit.
Yeah. But the swagger was still there.
The swag was there. He didn't lose his swag.
Yeah, and the other thing about that is when they actually tried to come to this church and shoot it up, and he was taking out people too. I'm like,
he was in the back room tapping the dude up.
I'm like, where Luke was like, Pop, man, calm down. I handle this. Like, man, they don't know what this is.
He was back there giving that dude a 2-piece and a biscuit back there.
So I was like, bro, y'all ran into the wrong church. Y'all finna learn today, but
come here messing with my service. I ain't even got the offering yet.
Yeah, y'all got y'all ties.
Oh man, that was good.
Yeah, but
very good season. Very good.
Yeah. Man, before we get out of here, because this should get a season 3.
Oh yeah, it has to.
It's been getting rave reviews, so it should be getting a season 3. We're probably not gonna get something till Comic-Con, but. What do you think they should do for season 3, and what villain would you like to see show up?
See, I'm trying to figure out, is the door, like, I'm not the most familiar with Luke Cage. You're way better in that lore than I am. What are they gonna do about his brother? Like, is that gonna be a thing again, or
they can? Because that's what I'm thinking they're going to do with because remember how I kept saying, like, at some point they gotta give Jessica and Luke villains with special abilities, because you can't have them fighting normal people. It ain't gonna work.
No, because you get the people shooting at them and you get annoyed.
Because at this point I really am starting to get annoyed. It's not funny anymore. Yeah. But you know, it's one of the things where you can make it where that's how they make some of the villains from, like, some of the other villain crews from the comics, you know, give them those abilities. Me personally, I think what's going to wind up happening is we might get an introduction into what I would think they would do, since the introduction of Rosalie Carbone and the Carbone crime family. I think we might get a look, or hopefully a look, at, like, Lonnie Lincoln, aka Tombstone, because Luke does something in episode 12 when he goes to see her, because the way they try to break it down is, okay, people don't believe that Luke is invulnerable. Basically, they don't believe it until they see it. So that's how they tried to explain the reason why people keep shooting at him, which once again made no damn sense. So
it's all over the news.
Yeah. So but he comes into her office, and basically, because what Mariah did, which was genius and crazy at the same time, was she started a gang war before she went to jail.
Yeah.
That scene you saw in the trailer where she was like talking about, y'all need me. She kind of wasn't lying. Because she was like, you need me out here because it's about to get worse, and I started it. Right. So in a effort to try and stop the shooting and the killing, Luke goes to Rosalie Carbone and basically say, look, I'm here. You're not going to mess with Harlem. She replies to him, I was born in Harlem. Now let's go get some coffee. Literally, that's what happens.
Yeah.
So that's where we left off. And now that she knows that, okay, I can't shoot him, he's a better fighter than the guys that I got, I'm going to need somebody. I'm going to need an enhanced individual myself.
Right.
So this is how I think we're going to start getting into those characters that can hang with him. Now, on the flip side, they didn't kill Bushmaster. So the good thing about that is you can bring him back. And not his brother, but actually John, not Quincy.
Yeah, like,
so
because I remember, like, I haven't read a comic in years, but I remember, like, there being a brother and then him, like, using, like, his brother's body or something like that. Like,
no, they turned his brother into a snake.
Okay. Like, it's been a long time since I read that comic.
I don't think they're gonna do that, but
yeah, I don't think they're doing that. No.
but I mean, well, what they could do is use, like, some of the stuff that his brother could do. They don't have to turn him into an actual, give him, like, the torso and the torso of a snake. They don't got to do that.
Yeah, it was a torso of a snake. Yeah.
But they can give him the blades with poison on it.
Yeah.
Like, they have him where he's using, like, those machetes, because they were showing scenes where they were using machetes. You can give him, like, machetes with the poison on it and give him the agility.
Right.
If they were going to do that. But I just wouldn't do the whole snake thing. No, just don't.
I don't know if you go to him after Bushmaster, right after.
Yeah, because he's not even in the comic. Like Quincy's not as engaging a villain as John was.
Yeah, you can't go. Yeah, that to me that would be weak. That would be like going to a weaker Bushmaster. Like,
but you can bring in Lonnie Lincoln.
You could, yes.
Because
you can bring in
Tombstone is one of them characters that like he is like a gangbanger with superhuman strength.
Yeah,
and I think
he just have coolest names out there.
Yeah, but like I think he can't be out in the daytime though, so he has to, and that works in the Netflix favor.
Oh yeah, that works.
So I mean, it's one of those things. And plus, since like in the comics,
it's cheaper to shoot at night. It's cheaper to shoot at night too.
Yeah,
so that totally works.
And on top of that, you have an easy way to bring in Jessica and bring in Matt, because Daredevil's gonna be a lot. They're gonna break that by the time season 3 rolls around. You can bring in Matt. You can bring him back in at different times.
Punisher.
Well, yeah, you actually can, because the Carbone, Rosalie Carbone,
Carbone,
is big in the Punisher comics.
That's right.
So that's another thing. I'm like, y'all really want to use Carbone, but I'm like, all right.
That's cool. I mean, they're all connected in this series. So
Netflix world. And like one time for Annabella Shior, she still got it. She still got it. She's a great actress.
She's a great actress.
Yeah, she's and her body bang too. But yeah, she still got it. I mean, she's awesome as
It's good to see her. I'm glad she's in this.
Because the way she plays it is, I would be afraid of her because you don't know what she's gonna do. And that's scary. Like she ain't like losing her mind like Alfred did, but she's somebody you don't mess with. So
that woman should get a Golden Globe. I mean,
man, if Alfred Woodard don't get something
ain't right.
Because she goes from like, okay,
the range that she goes through.
She goes from like, okay, let me think out everything, to okay, I'm scared, to you know what, I'm tired of playing by the rules, to I'm gonna kill you, to
psycho brutal killer.
So I mean, all of that, and it's through the whole season, and you're like, dude, this is, and we all know Alfred Woodard is an amazing actress, but
she's a great. I mean,
she took it to another level.
So underrated, I feel like though.
Yeah,
like she's one of the most underrated actresses out there.
And I'm just saying, when y'all see her do that Terminator 2 walk,
bruh,
and she started capping fools,
and you believed it, like it wasn't cartoony. It wasn't like, oh, that looks weird.
No,
you believed it when she did that.
Yeah, because the gun is damn near bigger than her, but the way she held it, the way I'm like, I can believe she was shooting them dudes. So, and it's a full-on Linda Hamilton Terminator 2 walk that she was doing.
Yep.
Down the hallway.
With a little bit of trying to shoot the T-1000 into the goo. Yeah. A little bit of, when she kept cocking
the pump. Yeah.
The pump. Yeah.
Now, I will say this: I don't know what it is with Marvel, Netflix, and hallways, but keep doing it. So
yeah, it's working. It's working for you.
Yeah, it's working for you. So I be looking forward to it now. Every season, one of y'all shows come up, I be looking forward to it. At some point, I'm gonna get a hallway scene where some dumb idiot's gonna get jacked up in it. So, but yeah, that being said, I enjoyed the season. I'm looking forward to actually Iron Fist season 2 now. They kind of got me looking forward to it.
At first, I was
I'll watch it when I watch it. Now
I'm like, yes,
it's gonna be like this, and
this is how Danny Rand's gonna be. Please, thank you. Let's do season 2.
Because especially since Scott Buck ain't the showrunner no more.
Right. Man, it was just so bad.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think you guys should look forward to it. If you haven't had a chance to watch it, check it out. Give it a shot. It's something. I think it's a little something for everybody on there. Honestly, so give it a shot. Let us know what you think in the comments. And T, you got anything you want to pimp out?
Not really. I mean, I'm gonna be dropping vid after vid, but just stay tuned.
Me, I'm gonna still be dropping like some just dropping some gameplay vids. I'm working on some stuff right now, so I'm probably not gonna be doing a lot of live streaming or anything, but I will be dropping gameplay vids and stuff. So just stay tuned, stuff like that. I'll still be doing movie reviews when we get stuff coming out. And since Comic-Con is in a couple weeks, I think it might be next week, but I'll probably be doing something for that too, because we're supposed to be getting some trailers from that. Aquaman, the first Iron Fist trailer, the Punisher season 2 trailer. We're supposed to be getting those trailers at Comic-Con. But Marvel Cinematic ain't gonna be there. So there ain't gonna be no Avengers and there ain't gonna be no Captain Marvel. They've already said that. So that's gonna be missing this year. So, but other than that, I'll be looking forward to the other stuff that be at Comic-Con, and I'll probably have some kind of something on here for it. So I'll think of something. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, let everybody know, share it out if you want to, and I'll see you guys on our next video. Peace.